y'all? Kate here from the Emerald Minecart. Welcome back to another review, and actually the final review of 2025. Yeah, that's right, this is the last review of the year, so my next review will be in 2026, which will actually, funnily enough, be another Kamen Rosettes episode, because a new episode of Kamen Rosettes will be coming out on January 4th. So, get ready to see that when that happens. But yeah. Pros, cons, inmates. Actually, a little funny thing. This is the last review of the year, and the episode I'm reviewing is the last Comraders. That's episode of this year, which I don't know. I kind of find that funny, a coincidence. But anyways, pros, cons, inmates. First off, the pros. Obviously, starting off with the fight scenes. Once again, like I've said multiple times, the fight scenes are absolutely amazing. I love them. They're great, especially between Zeztz and the new Nightmare. That's right, we get a new Nightmare, and I'll talk about his design later. But yeah, Zeztz with his new power-up form or super form against the new Nightmare, which is the Shadow Nightmare. So yeah, like the fight scene between the two is really good, especially when Zeztz finishes off the Shadow Nightmare. It was so good. Also, actually, you know what? No, I'll bring it up when I talk about the Shadow Nightmare. Anyways, next up are the special effects. Once again, the special effects are also really good. Okay, look, I know it's not really the special effects for the belt, but the way when Zeztz morphs into his plasma form, the way the belt like flashes like lightning. It's so cool. I love it. And also, once again, special effects for how Zeztz turns into his plasma form is amazing, and the special effects for him turning into his plasma booster form, his super form, is also really cool. But I'm not a big fan of the plasma form, but I'll get to why. But yeah, it's really cool, especially like I mentioned in fight scenes, like the way he finishes off the Shadow Nightmare is so cool, and that's all I'm going to say because again, the series is free on YouTube. There are 15 episodes. Go watch it. But yeah. Anyways, next up is the music. Once again, the music is great. And there's this one track on the soundtrack that plays sometimes during fight scenes. It sounds so good. And I need to see like what the name of the song is so I could like find like a full version of it because it is. Oh my gosh, it is amazing. But yeah. Anyways, next up is the booster capsule. We actually got to see a look at this capsule a couple of episodes ago, but here we finally get to see Zeztz use it. It's all white and transparent, like you can see the sparkles in it. It's really cool. It has like a little 2D sprite animation of like Zeztz dashing away or like boosting, since it's called the booster capsule. Yeah, honestly, it looks really cool. It actually kind of looks like a snow globe due to it being like transparent white. Anyways, next up we have the Shadow Nightmare. And honestly, as you can see, a lot of design went into this design, or a lot of effort went into this design. I'm sorry, I had to do an eye pun, okay? I had to. But yeah, the Shadow Nightmare honestly looks really cool. But also, here's a little interesting thing. Notice his head, like the head spike things come out of his face. They kind of resemble the helmet of Kamen Rider Nox. Ooh. But yeah, that's obviously maybe like a hint or something. I don't know. But yeah, speaking of Nox, we actually get to see a flashback with Nox when he used to work for the agency. He was running away from a monster who I assumed to be the Shadow Nightmare, and he's like trying to call for backup. Like his driver like stops working and he tries to call for backup, but like Zero is like, "Oh, you have to do this alone," and just hangs up. And it's like he's all scared and stuff. And I don't know why. It just kind of feels weird seeing Nox be scared because it's like he hasn't really shown a lot of emotion besides annoyance and slight anger. But yeah, but hey, at least we get to know a little more about Nox. And now finally, or not finally, sorry, but now Nox finally awakes, and you may think, oh, he's good now. Uh, no, he is still evil. In fact, he actually. Let me. I'm just checking. Yeah, Tetsuya. Yeah, his friend Tetsuya. Uh, yeah, Nox holds Tetsuya and his partner in crime. I'm sorry, I forgot her name. Oh yeah, basically holds them at gunpoint and then leaves, just abandoning them. Which imagine you have like okay, so imagine if your best friend just one day vanishes and you have no idea where they went. Like they vanished for a year and then they come back only for them to hold you at gunpoint and then leave you again. That would be emotionally damaging to anyone. I'm just saying. But yeah, he's still evil and he actually introduces a whole new villain near the end of the episode. Let me get to that. Which, yeah, a new villain who is called the Lady, or Nox calls the Lady, is introduced. And the way he does it, it's like, good morning, dot dot dot, the Lady. And I just found that really funny. Yeah, the Lady essentially goes on like this little speech of like, oh, I one day dreamed of being a butterfly, and stuff like, oh, the barrier between the dream realm and the real world will be broken. Which, look, that's cool and all, but, the series has shown us what happens when Zeztz is unable to stop a nightmare from going into reality, and there's a bunch of damage. Also, considering the fact that one of the episodes had a kid dreaming of a massive, essentially what is a small moon to crash into the Earth that would kill everyone. Yeah, so maybe making everyone's dreams come true would be a great idea. Which, another example of that, what if there is a sadist who dreams to kill everyone in the world? Yeah, then there would be no more dreamers. Like, that, it's like the logic there, it's like, you do realize that there are some people who do dream about the world ending. You know that, right? But yeah, honestly, her design is I've seen other villain designs like this before in previous tokusatsus. I'm not saying that as a bad thing, but I've seen, what I'm trying to say is I've seen better. But yeah, now yeah, that's for pros. Now my one and only con, the plasma booster form. Look, I don't completely hate it, but it is just the plasma form with extra bits on it. That's it. That's all there is to this suit. Nothing else, it's just his plasma form, but there are just some extra bits on it. Again, I don't completely hate the look of it, I just kind of wish they added a little more to it. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe make parts of his armor transparent, like literally transparent white, like the capsum, or maybe give him like a full transparent white cape. I don't know. Just personally, I feel like the plasma booster form could have had or should have required a little more things to it. I'm just saying that would have been nice. That's just my personal opinion. Yeah. In mids, I have no mids. So yeah, this was a really good episode. I give it 6 out of 7 stars. So, yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, next episode of Cover Zets will be on January 4th, so 2026. So my first review of 2026 will be on Cover Zets episode 16. I'm quite excited to see what will happen, especially for the teaser episode. Showed Nox's new Kamen Rider form slash new belt, and also just so happened to show him and Zero fighting again, and Nox getting the upper hand on Zero. Zero might, I don't know. But yeah, so, this is the last review of 2025, so you'll be seeing a new review in 2026. So, anyways, that's it for this review. Make sure you all subscribe and like for more, and I'll see you all later. Peace out, home guards, and goodbye!